The question came from the backseat. Simple, innocent. The kind of question only a 5-year-old asks without understanding its weight. "Mommy, why are you always at tennis? Why can't you stay home with me?" Serena Williams looked in the rearview mirror at her daughter. And in that moment, after 27 years of professional tennis, she knew. The greatest champion in history was about to make the hardest decision of her life. Los Angeles, California. March 2022, early evening. The sun setting over the Pacific, painting the sky orange and purple, traffic on the 405 moving at its usual crawl. In a black SUV somewhere between Manhattan Beach and their home in Beverly Hills, Serena Williams drives. Her daughter Olympia sits in the car seat behind her. 5 years old, curious about everything, innocent in the way children are before the world teaches them to filter their questions. They're coming back from Olympia's ballet class, Wednesday routine, one of the few activities Serena tries to never miss. Tries, because tennis always has a way of interfering. A practice session running late, a sponsor obligation, a media appearance, a workout that can't be rescheduled. The life of a professional athlete doesn't respect ballet recitals or bedtime stories. Olympia has been quiet for most of the drive. Unusual for her. She's normally chattering about her friends, her teacher, the song they learned, the jump she almost landed. But today, silence. Serena glances in the mirror. Olympia is looking out the window, small face reflecting the sunset, thinking about something. "Baby, you okay?" Serena asks. Olympia doesn't answer immediately. Then, without looking away from the window, she asks it. The question that will change everything. "Mommy, why are you always at tennis?" Serena feels her chest tighten. "What do you mean, baby? You're always going to tennis, always training, always traveling. All the other mommies stay home more. Why don't you stay home with me?" The traffic light ahead turns red. Serena stops the car, sits there in silence, the question hanging in the air. She's been asked thousands of questions in her career. By journalists, by fans, by rivals, by coaches. But this one, from her 5-year-old daughter, hits differently than any press conference question ever could. Because Olympia is right. Serena has been playing professional tennis for 27 years. Since she was 14 years old, more than half her life. She's played in 1,019 professional singles matches, won 858 of them, traveled to 38 countries, spent thousands of nights in hotel rooms instead of her own bed. And now as a mother, she's still doing it, still training 6 days a week, still traveling to tournaments, still choosing tennis. Not because she has to. She's earned more than $94 million in prize money alone. Endorsements have made her one of the wealthiest female athletes in history. She could retire tomorrow and never work another day, could spend every moment with Olympia, watch every ballet class, be there for every school drop-off, every dinner, every bedtime story. But she keeps playing. Why? The light turns green. Serena drives, but she can't focus on traffic, can't focus on anything except the question echoing in her mind. "I play tennis because," she starts, then stops. Because how do you explain to a 5-year-old that tennis isn't just a job, that it's been your identity since before you could form coherent sentences, that walking away feels like losing yourself? "Because I love it," Serena finally says. "Tennis has been part of my life since I was your age." "But don't you love me more than tennis?" And there it is. The question Serena has been avoiding. The question she's been asking herself quietly for months but never saying out loud. The impossible choice between two loves, the career that made her who she is, and the daughter who is her entire world. "Of course I love you more than tennis, baby. More than anything." "Then why do you keep leaving?" Serena pulls into their driveway, puts the car in park, turns around to face Olympia, those big brown eyes looking at her, waiting for an answer, deserving an answer. "You're right," Serena says quietly. "You're absolutely right." That night, after Olympia is asleep, Serena sits alone in her home gym, the space where she's trained for years. Weights, resistance bands, tennis court simulator, treadmill, everything needed to maintain the body of a professional athlete at 40 years old. Everything she's used to fight against time, against age, against the inevitable decline that comes for every athlete eventually. She looks at her hands, the hands that have held 23 Grand Slam trophies, the hands that have served aces at 128 miles per hour, the hands that have broken records, shattered barriers, changed tennis forever. Those same hands now braid Olympia's hair, make her lunch, hold her during nightmares, wave goodbye at school drop-off. Two different lives in the same pair of hands. Serena's phone buzzes. A text from her coach. Practice tomorrow 6 a.m. Working on your second serve. She stares at the message. 6 a.m. practice means leaving the house at 5:30. Means missing breakfast with Olympia. Again, means another morning where her daughter wakes up and mommy is already gone. For what? Another tournament? Another chance to win number 24. To tie Margaret Court's record. To prove she can still compete at 40? To show the world that motherhood didn't end her dominance? Or is it simpler than that? Is it just that she doesn't know who Serena Williams is without tennis? That for 27 years her identity has been so intertwined with this sport that walking away feels like erasing herself? She thinks back to a conversation she had with her sister Venus 6 months ago. They were sitting courtside after practice. Venus had just announced she was scaling back her schedule, playing less, focusing on her business ventures, on life outside tennis. "How did you know it was time?" Serena asked. Venus thought for a moment. "But I realized I was holding on to something that didn't serve me anymore. I was playing out of habit, out of fear of what comes next, not because I wanted to." "Are you happy?" "Happier," Venus said. "Tennis gave me everything, but it was also taking everything. My time, my energy, my body. At some point, you have to ask what you're playing for. If the answer is because I always have, that's not good enough." Serena pulls out her laptop, opens a document she's been writing in secretly for weeks, a document nobody else has seen. Not her husband Alexis, not her coach, not her team, just her thoughts, her fears, her calculations about what retirement would mean. The document is titled, "What Comes After Tennis?" She's filled 23 pages, questions mostly, some answers, a lot of fear. Because walking away from tennis means walking into an unknown future, means redefining herself, means accepting that her prime is over, that the body that carried her to historic achievements is now 40 years old and telling her to stop. But it also means something else, something that terrifies her almost as much as it excites her. It means being present, being mom, being the person Olympia asked for in the back seat of that car. "Why can't you stay home with me?" The question won't leave her alone. Serena closes the laptop, makes a decision, opens her phone, texts her coach, "Can we talk tomorrow? Something important." The next morning Serena sits across from her coach at a quiet cafe. He's been with her for 8 years, seen her win Grand Slams, seen her become a mother, seen her fight her way back from childbirth complications that nearly killed her. He knows her tennis game better than anyone except maybe Venus. "I'm thinking about retiring," Serena says. He doesn't look surprised, just nods. "How long have you been thinking about it?" "Honestly, years. But I kept pushing it away, telling myself one more tournament, one more chance at 24, one more season. But yesterday Olympia asked me why I'm always at tennis instead of home with her, and I didn't have a good answer." Her coach sips his coffee. "Do you still love playing?" Serena considers this. Honest answer. "I love winning. I love competing. I love the challenge. But the training, the travel, the time away from family? I'm tired. My body is tired. My mind is tired. I feel like I'm playing because I'm supposed to, not because I want to." Then you have your answer. But what about 24? What about tying the record? Is that record more important than being present for your daughter's childhood? The question sits between them. Serena knows the answer, has known it for a while, but saying it out loud makes it real, makes it permanent. "No, it's not." Her coach smiles. "Then you already decided. You just needed to admit it." April 2020. Serena calls a family meeting. Her husband Alexis, her mother Oracene, her sister Venus. She tells them she's planning to announce retirement. The reactions are mixed. Alexis is supportive. He's watched her struggle with the decision for months. Oracene is emotional. Tennis has been their family's life for 30 years. Venus understands completely. She walked this path herself. "Are you sure?" Oracene asks. "You're still competitive. You can still win." "I know, Mom, but winning tournaments isn't the only thing that matters anymore. Olympia matters. Being present matters. I've given 27 years to tennis. It's time to give the next chapter to my family." Venus hugs her. "I'm proud of you. This is harder than any match you've ever played. How do I announce it? What do I say? Tell the truth. Tell them why." August 2022. Serena writes an essay for Vogue magazine. The headline: Serena Williams says farewell to tennis on her own terms, and in her own words. In the essay she explains her decision, not in corporate speak, not in carefully crafted PR language, in her words. Raw, honest, vulnerable. She writes about Olympia's question in the car, about realizing she was missing her daughter's childhood for a sport she'd already conquered, about the impossible choice between two loves, about deciding that being present is more important than chasing records. She writes, "I have never liked the word retirement. It doesn't feel like a modern word to me. I've been thinking of this as a transition, but I want to be sensitive about how I use that word, which means something very specific and important to a community of people. Maybe the best word to describe what I'm up to is evolution. I'm here to tell you that I'm evolving away from tennis, toward other things that are important to me." The essay goes viral instantly. Millions of reads, thousands of comments, athletes, celebrities, mothers, working women. Everyone has an opinion. Some praise her bravery, some question why she's stopping, some project their own fears and regrets onto her decision. But Serena doesn't read the comments. She made the decision for herself, for Olympia, for the life she wants to live beyond tennis courts and trophies. US Open 20 September, New York City, Arthur Ashe Stadium, the same stadium where she won her first Grand Slam at 17, where she's experienced triumph and controversy, where she's built a legacy that transcends tennis. This is her final tournament, her goodbye tour. The tennis world knows it. The crowds are larger than ever. Every match is emotional. Every win is celebrated like a championship. Every moment is captured and shared and analyzed. Olympia is there, in the stands, wearing beads in her hair, the same style Serena wore as a young player, clapping for mommy. Understanding at 5 years old that this is important, that something is ending, that mommy is coming home. Serena makes it to the third round, loses to Ajla Tomljanovic in 3 sets. The final point is played. The match is over. The career is over. Serena doesn't cry immediately. She walks to the net, shakes hands, thanks her opponent. Then she walks to her chair, sits down, and lets the weight of 27 years wash over her. The crowd stands, all 23,771 people, applauding, cheering, crying, saying goodbye to the greatest to ever do it. Serena waves, blows kisses, tries to smile through tears. Then she looks up at the player box, at Olympia, and their eyes meet. Olympia is crying too, not because she understands tennis, but because mommy is sad. Serena points at her, mouths, "I'm coming home." The post-match interview is broadcast to millions. The interviewer asks how she's feeling. "I'm terrible at goodbyes," Serena says, voice breaking, "but I'm good at new beginnings. And that's what this is, a new beginning. What do you want people to remember about your career?" Serena thinks, "I want them to remember that I played on my terms, that I walked away on my terms, that I chose my family, and that sometimes the bravest thing a woman can do isn't fighting to stay, it's knowing when to evolve." Any regrets? Only one. I wish I'd done this sooner. I wish I'd been brave enough to walk away when my body first told me to. But we're all learning. I'm learning that my value isn't just in winning, it's in being present for the people I love. October 2022. 1 month post-retirement. Serena wakes up at 7:30 a.m. Not 5:30 for practice. Not 4s for early flight. Just 7:30. Normal parent time. She makes breakfast. Pancakes, Olympia's favorite. Olympia comes downstairs in pajamas, sees mommy in the kitchen, smiles the kind of smile that makes every sacrifice worth it. "You're home," Olympia says, like it's still surprising, like she still can't believe mommy isn't leaving for tennis. "I'm home, baby," every morning. They eat breakfast together, talking about Olympia's school day, about her friends, about the book she's reading. Normal parent-child conversation, the kind Serena missed thousands of times over 27 years. The kind she'll never miss again. Later, Serena drops Olympia at school, walks her to the classroom. Other parents do double takes. Is that Serena Williams, doing school drop-off? Like a normal parent? Yes, that's exactly what she is now. Normal parent, present parent. The parent Olympia asked for in the back seat of a car 6 months ago. After drop-off, Serena doesn't rush to a training facility, doesn't have a packed schedule of sponsor meetings and media obligations. She goes home, makes coffee, sits on her patio, opens her laptop. She's working on new ventures, her investment company, her fashion line, Projects that let her work from home, that let her build something while being present. But mostly she's just being, existing without the constant pressure of performance, without the weight of expectations, without the identity that defined her for 3 decades. It's strange, sometimes uncomfortable. She catches herself wanting to train, wanting the structure, the routine, the clear goals of tennis. Win, improve, compete. Life after tennis is messier. No clear scoreboards, no rankings, just days flowing into each other, just being mom and wife, an entrepreneur and herself. But it's also peaceful, a peace she didn't know she was missing. December 2022, 3 months post-retirement. Serena sits in the audience at Olympia's winter ballet recital. She's not on her phone, not checking scores from a tournament, not mentally preparing for tomorrow's practice. She's just watching, fully present. Olympia performs her dance, a little wobbly on one turn, but confident, smiling. After she finishes, she looks into the audience, finds her mom and waves. Serena waves back, eyes wet. Not from sadness, from joy, from the realization that this moment right here is what she chose, and it was the right choice. After the recital, Olympia runs to her. "Did you see me, mommy? Did you see my dance? I saw every second, baby. You were beautiful. Are you happy you came? I'm happy I'll be at every recital, every school play, every important moment. That's what I chose. I chose you." Olympia hugs her. "I'm glad you're home. Me too, baby. Me too." March 2023, 6 months post-retirement. A journalist interviews Serena for a documentary about her career. The final question: if you could go back, would you retire sooner? Serena thinks carefully. "That's complicated. Tennis gave me everything: my identity, my confidence, my platform, my financial security. I don't regret the career I had, but if I'm being honest, yes, I would have retired sooner. Because the years I was chasing Trophy 24, I was missing Olympia's early childhood. Those years don't come back. Grand Slams, you can always win another one, but your daughter is only 5 once. Do you miss competing? Sometimes. I miss the rush, the crowd, the feeling of victory, but I don't miss it more than I love being present. That's the trade, and I made my choice." What do you want other athletes to learn from your retirement? That you don't have to play until your body breaks. That walking away doesn't mean you're weak or finished or giving up. Sometimes it means you're strong enough to choose a different kind of win, to choose presence over performance, to choose evolution over reputation. And what do you want your daughter to learn from it? Serena smiles. "I want Olympia to learn that her mom was brave enough to change, that I didn't let fear or ego or other people's expectations keep me in a place that no longer served me, that I valued her more than records, and that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away from what made you powerful to become something else." August 20, 2 years post-retirement, US Open. Serena is there as a spectator, sitting in the stands with Olympia, watching the women's final. Olympia is 7 now, old enough to understand tennis, old enough to know her mom was famous, old enough to ask questions. "Mommy, do you wish you were down there playing?" Serena watches the players battle, the intensity, the pressure, the physical toll. She feels a small pang of nostalgia, but nothing more. "No, baby, I'm exactly where I want to be. Don't you miss it? I miss parts of it, but I don't miss it more than I love this, sitting here with you, being your mom. That's my favorite thing now." Olympia leans against her. "I'm glad you stopped playing tennis." "Why?" "Because now I get to keep you." And there it is, the validation Serena didn't know she needed, the confirmation that she made the right choice. That walking away from tennis wasn't losing herself, it was finding the part of herself that mattered most. That night, back in their hotel, Serena tucks Olympia into bed. They've spent the whole day together. Breakfast, the match, dinner, time, presents, the things money can't buy and trophies can't replace. "Mommy?" Olympia asks sleepily. "Are you happy?" Serena thinks about the question. 23 Grand Slams, 700+ weeks as world #1, 4 Olympic gold medals, more prize money than any female athlete in history, a legacy that will outlive her. All of that made her successful, legendary, historic. But this, tucking in her daughter after a day spent together, this makes her happy. "Yes, baby. I'm really happy." "Good. I love you, Mommy. I love you too. More than anything." She turns off the light, closes the door, stands in the hallway of the hotel, and realizes something profound. For 27 years, she was Serena Williams, tennis champion. Now she's just Serena, mom. And that's enough. More than enough. It's everything. The question Olympia asked in the back seat of that car. Why can't you stay home with me? Wasn't just a question, it was an invitation to evolve, to choose presence over performance, to value moments over medals. Serena accepted that invitation, and in doing so, she won the most important match of her life, not on a court, not in front of cameras, in the quiet moments with her daughter, in the choice to be present, in the courage to walk away. Because sometimes the greatest victory isn't staying, it's knowing when to leave. So here's the question, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? What are you staying in, out of fear or ego or habit? What would you do if someone you loved asked you, why can't you stay? Because life is asking you that question, every day. In every moment you choose performance over presence, achievement over attention, legacy over love. Serena Williams heard the question, and answered it. By walking away from everything that made her famous to become everything her daughter needed. That's not retirement, that's evolution. And evolution is the bravest thing a champion can do.